One is joining now. Okay. So how are you guys today? Like how's the weather? How you guys feeling today? Does you guys make any profit trading recently? Or like you get profit in any project in particular? Okay. So so I think we will start from now on. So today we will have the AMA and the chatting with a special guest from Hong Kong. His name is Desmond. He's a top KOL in Hong Kong. We met in finance affiliate campus. So today's topic is related to layer 2 innovations, ZK rollup, and account abstractions, and furthermore. So today you guys can ask any question related to layer 2 account abstractions and ZK rollup. Okay, so first I need to ask Desmond, like, can you give us a short introduction about yourself, your roles, and what you're working on?
Yes, hi guys, and thanks Leonardo. So I'm Desmond from Hong Kong. So actually, I'm a cryptocurrency YouTuber. So I started investing in cryptocurrency, investing in Bitcoin in 2014. So back at that time, I was just a university student. But I find that there was very few Chinese media talking about like cryptocurrency, and especially there is not a single Cantonese channel talking about crypto and Bitcoin. So when I grew up and started to work in in some IT industry, because like I have invested in Bitcoin, so I become more and more interest by the industry. So I joined Binance and Crypto.com and want to pursue crypto as my career. So I started to also started to build my own media, build my own
Mhm.
Instagram page, and started to write some blog articles in my leisure time. So when time passed, like more and more people are become like they're more interested and they want to know more about, read more about the articles we are sharing. So I started to quit
Yeah.
the jobs, quit my full-time job in Binance and started to work full-time in the cryptocurrency media called Crypto Research, and also start my own YouTube channel. So that's how I joined the whole crypto industry. So we want to share the most proper knowledge about crypto, and also the want to educate people more about the basics and fundamentals about the technology behind. So we don't want people to get scammed, because there are many scammers in the
Yeah.
industry. So we want our readers can get the most uh, accessible and also the most proper knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, great, great. Yeah, so like due to the expansion of crypto, like did we see many project, many like companies like doing this stuff, but inside of it, many scammers and like many like misinformation. So like our job is like to spreading the knowledge to user, to the people for like better understanding about the crypto is like core potential, right? Yeah. Okay, so like not taking you guys time, so we're gonna move to the question part. Okay, so like the first question for Desmond, uh, what is your perspective on the current state of the market crypto on the crypto market, and how long do you anticipate in the bearish phase to persist?
Yes, and I think in the current stage we are in a very early stage of a bull market. So maybe the Alpha Hayes from BMax also expressed the views. They think that's maybe after the government is rescuing the Silicon Bank and also Silicon Valley Bank, and also to try to save them. So that's the beginning of the whole bull market, and after the FTX collapse. So that's basically my views are in line with him. And also I think that we are still at a very early stage, so we may also experience another leg down, perhaps maybe to 23K or 22K, something like that. Because like now we can see that we can observe that the whole crypto market is in lack of liquidity, and also the trading volume is reaching a new low since like 2020. So basically now the market is lack of market makers, and also the liquidity is very poor. So also we can observe that the volatility is also shrinking. So basically, I think that's we still do not have enough condition for a very big bull market to happen. But maybe after next year, maybe more when more and more Bitcoin spot ETF or maybe even recently the ARC has also submitted the documents about the spot ETH ETF, and with those uh, investment instruments coming out, I think that's more and more organizations and also the big players, the institutions may be able to enter the market because, like for example, BlackRock is managing like trillions of dollars and helping the client to make a lot of money. And also, if they deploy just a small portion of amount of money in crypto market, it will be a very uh, great growth for the whole market. So I think the future is very optimistic, and also with the halving is also underway. So just less than a year, just at the corner. So I think that's after one more lead time, maybe we can have a very good point to enter the market. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with Desmond. Like we're at really like near the Polish market. After like the game is now changing. Like before, we all only have like some individual in crypto market, but now we have like some hand of like big institutions. Like we can see many like big guys giving the attention to crypto now, and like we can see some like regulation recently, so it's gonna be like the sign of the next crypto bull run. And I think it's like after the Bitcoin halving, the next Bitcoin halving is gonna be a big sign. Yeah, you think about it, like the next Bitcoin halving.
Yeah, but I don't know whether the when the bull run will start because like even in the last time in 2020 near
Yeah.
the Bitcoin halving, we have a very great bloodbath of the whole market. It's called how to say it March 12th. We have a very big
Uh,
crypto bloodbath, and also a lot of altcoins and Bitcoin also went to a very low price.
yeah.
So also have a liquidity shrinking event. So I don't know will we witness this again or we are already on the wise path there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, okay. So okay, we'll move to the next questions. Okay. So Desmond is a Hong Kong crypto influencer. So could you like provide us some insight from the Hong Kong communities? So like we all know that Hong Kong is now open for crypto, and it's we the world treat Hong Kong as the gateway for the China for the Hong Kong communities to like it's a gateway for people to in touch with the China communities. So can you like give us some insight from the Hong Kong communities in specific, and like what project categories have been gaining the tractions on them recently?
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here to like to speak to a lot of people from not my country or from the Vietnam community.
Yeah.
And also I think that in Hong Kong, back in Hong Kong, we are now having a new regulations about the cryptocurrency and the virtual access. So actually in Hong Kong now, the exchanges who can provide the virtual asset service, they can now only provide like sport, and they cannot provide some savings product. And maybe for the traders in Hong Kong, they can only trade spot or perhaps only with the large caps like Bitcoin or Ethereum. So only the big caps which have enough liquidity is
Yeah.
allowed to be traded on this regulated exchange. So now, actually, the environment is quite not very good for the traders, but I also think that the government is very open-minded because, like, for example, like there is an organization in Hong Kong called Cyberport and Science Park. They are also like recently gave a lot of fundings to some Web3 projects, and also they can provide some cheaper offers for them to rent or provide some subsidies or funding to them. And that can really help to foster the Web3 environment in Hong Kong. And I know that's a lot of people like from mainland China and also from other places. They all flock to Hong Kong. The project team come to Hong
Yeah.
Kong to build a team and to recruit the talents here. So basically, we can forecast that Hong Kong may become another like great hub of Web3 in
Mm,
Asia in the future.
uh,
And also in Hong Kong, although some nowadays we can only trade spot or like ETH or Bitcoin we mentioned before, but I think that's now is the grace period, so it's not completely enforced yet. So nowadays, some people or they can still use some exchanges, and some may even know how to use decentralized exchanges. And
yeah.
for example, some of my friends they can like buy some shitcoins from DWF Labs. They can
Yeah.
maybe go to very high like Cyber and BLZ,
Okay.
something like that, right? And also, yeah, some friend maybe some people may want to short them. So when it's went very high, when like Cyber at like
Yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
$15, some friends short it and they can earn a lot of money. And
Uh,
also some more DeFi degens people may play Friendtech. So it's a new social fi project on the base layer 2. So my friend like bought some shares or keys from a very famous KOL or some like it's called COX Levi, something like that, and it
yeah,
went
yeah.
like 10x or 5x after he
Wow.
bought the key.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also recently some projects before that there's some Telegram bot projects like Unibot, and also I think in the next few days there's a project called Banana Gun that may be gaining the market traction, so maybe can pay attention to it. Pay attention to it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got it. Got the idea. So, people now like they having they some trendy project like Friendtech and like Cyber Connect or something. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So moving to the next question. So, we all see we all observe that the previous bull run we have like many layer 1 like Solana, IVAX or something like they are doing their stuff, but like at this stage like the layer 2 like has gaining like the most like gaining the most tractions for the crypto DeFi users. So so like how do you assess the growth of the layer 2 technology?
Yeah, I think the layer 2 obviously has a very bright future because like also the founder of Ethereum, Vitalik, also mentioned that from in the future maybe Ethereum is just acting as a layer of data availability or security, and all the execution maybe rely on the roll up to execute. So the transactions and executions all putting on the roll up, and also the development roadmap is also facing this direction. So obviously, roll up will have a very bright future. So
Yeah.
it's only the question is which roll will
Yeah.
become the best one. Yeah, and also I think that's more and more interesting projects and games will start to appear. So, for example, we just saw Friendtech on base layer 2, and also we saw GMA Games Network on Arbitrum before.
Yeah.
So later we may see more and more this kind of new projects and creative projects on some new layer 2. And also, for example, in the past, like GameFi is many of them just became a Ponzi scheme or maybe died because of the death spiral of the dual token system.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I know that many new gaming giants like Bandai or some like
Tencent.
other
Oh,
companies, they start to enter this
yeah,
Web3
industry.
gaming area. And also, the layer 2 technology can make the transaction faster and more suitable for the game to launch on them.
Oh, yeah.
And that can actually accommodate a lot of players there. And so I think that is very interesting when the new layer 2 projects and application come out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Thank you. That's really like the good insight. So like the GameFi industry is not like before. Before like just many of them are like Ponzi scheme in the dual token. So but now we have like many big names in the industry has joining the games, and they actually apply the technology of blockchains and applying the layer 2 solutions to like improve the games It's make the games more like play to earn experience. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, so we're gonna move to the second segment. Okay, so we're gonna like take a deep dive about a roll up technology. So a roll up technology is a key component of the layer 2 solutions. However, it remains some ambiguous to everyone. So could you like elucidate its core features and solution it offer about like roll up technology?
Yes, so maybe it sounds a bit complicated. So maybe let me try to illustrate it with a more daily example. So for example, if you view that Ethereum is like a roads is full of cars and vehicles, all of the hustle and bustles in the roads there. And if that's the case, I think rollup is like a highway. So basically, the transaction can go through the highway and go to execute there, and after that, it just go back to for the settlement on the Ethereum on the layer one. So basically, we can see that on the highway, the transaction is very fast and also is one very smooth because there are a lot less cars on there. So basically, I think there's a more like uh, uh, it's more like the roll up can perform the transaction execution outside the layer one,
Yeah.
and then after that, the data is posted to layer one where the consensus is reached.
Mm.
So for this, the transaction data is only included in the layer one blocks and allow the rolls up to be secured by the Ethereum security. So it can achieve both security and the efficiency. So basically, that's what the roll up did. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's really like simplify about the roll up technologies explanation. Thank you, Desmond. Okay, so we're gonna move to the next question. So recently, there's two primary type of roll up. It's optimistic roll up, like optimism and arbitrum, and the zk roll up, like zk things and linear. So would you like kindly introduce both sides of this roll up and the distinction between them?
Yeah, actually, it's very simple because like the only difference between them is like how they feel the transactions and also how they feel the players acting on the chain. So for example, optimistic rollups because like you can also learn it from his name is optimistic. So basically, it feels all of the participants in the network is a good guy. They don't think you are a bad guy, so they only punish you when you do something wrong. But vice versa. But on the other hand, like SecK Rob is completely different. They treat all of the people as a bad guy. They assume you will do something harmful or something bad to the network,
Uh,
submitting some transaction that is detrimental to the network or is
uh,
not not effective or has some problem. So they will use a cryptographic method to ensure that this transaction is valid before it's submitted to the network. But if it needs to do that, they had a lot of like technological problem to solve because it needs a very high level of cryptographic or encryption
mm,
expertise to do the maths.
yeah.
So they need a longer time to develop. So you can see that nowadays, like SecK EVM or the SecK ROPs, they
Yeah.
are just starting to emerge or they are just starting to become more and more EVM equivalent. But some optimistic world like Arbitrum or optimism, they're already on the market because like they take longer time to develop due to this simplicity. And also I can explain more for the optimistic world. So basically they use like a false proof mechanism. So they assume that you are a good guy, but if you are a bad guy, they can have a time window for some
Mm,
challenges to challenge you. So they can say that, oh, you do something wrong. And if the challenge is successful, so you will be punished. But if you pass this window, so maybe no one is saying that you have any problem. So maybe the
uh,
transaction is already go through the network. So that's the case of optimism. Yeah. I hope
uh,
this can explain better. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like actually the great explanation I've ever heard, because like it's make really simple, like define it to like the bad guy case and the good guy case. So that's really great explanations. Okay, thank you, statements. Okay, gonna move to the third segment. Okay, we're gonna deep more acknowledge about the zk things and account abstractions. So okay, the first question is, account abstraction is notably powerful tools for Ethereum. So we can see Vitalik has mentioned account abstraction in many places, many his conference. Okay, so particularly in the next context of ZK things, how do you assess the potential it brings to the table?
Actually, I think that account abstraction is a very important topic to discuss. But I think nowadays maybe many people just think that is a wallet feature. But in fact, it may be a very important factor to make blockchain or make Web3 more accessible to like millions or even billions of people in the world. Because like for example, in the past, um, actually it's not a very new concept, because even before Ethereum is built, some old, very old developers already discussed about accounts availability before. So also Vitalik explained it in ETHCC. Yeah. So he explained a little bit about it in the conference. So account abstraction can make the whole experience with wallet much more easier, because people no longer need to remember the recovery phrase or the seed phrase. So they can just have a similar experience with the email system we use today. We can just remember our email and password, and we can use the wallet. And so it's a very simple user experience. And also
Yeah,
that nowadays we use like for example, if we um, use the Ethereum network, we need to use ETH to pay gas fee. But in the real world, maybe some people just don't have ETH in their wallet. And after account abstraction is done, so maybe they can use USDT or USDC, some stable coins to pay for gas fee, or even other ERC20 tokens. So this is a very big breakthrough in the wallet and also in Ethereum, so it can bring the whole user experience a lot easier. And also maybe we can have a zero gas fee experience, because nowadays, for example, when we trade on some decentralized exchange, maybe we uh, need to use our wallet to sign a message or also approve the token to be spent on the
yeah,
network. So allow it for the protocol to spend your token. So it's very troublesome. So after account abstraction is implemented, and some protocols may be able to help you to pay the gas fee. So for example, if you trade on GMX, maybe he can help you to pay for the gas fee, and you don't need to
mm,
pay another gas fee when you trade the token. So basically, this experience will make the whole experience more and more like you are using some centralized exchange or service. So I think it's a very exciting feature. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Okay, so that's like the great like application of account abstraction. So like for your information, so Holdstation already applied account abstractions in our product. So yeah, we already have those functions that Desmond has mentions. Like we can like sponsor for user the gas fee. It's make a user have the gaslight experience, and we also like enable the ability for user to pay gas as any token, not only stable coin, but any token. Like if you have like any token in their wallet, they can like have the seamless experience of trading and swapping or sending. Yeah, and also we eliminate the process of many sign steps, like the DeFi user needs to have the many sign steps for complete the transactions. But with the calculation empowered, we can like actually do in one tap only, in one click. So on transactions is comprised to one click. So that's make the experience of the users from Web2 to Web3. It's more like convenience. It can onboard like the million or the billion user. And Desmond, how can you feel about that integration of us of our product?
And yes, actually, I'm very excited because I know that Holdstation is already a very popular wallet in Vietnam and also in the East Asia region. So I hope that you guys can do like better and better and implement more and more exciting features for the users. Because now I know that actually very few wallets has implemented with these kinds of features. So I think is you guys are very up to date and very trendy. So you can explore the new features and start to develop it into your own products. So and I also think that because like some nowadays only like OKX they have a AA wallet and they are very big exchange in the world like top three exchange, but you guys has a very local team and also very with a great developers, you can also start to compete the speed with the top exchanges to develop this kind of product. So I think it's
Yeah.
very brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. So we're gonna move to the last segment. So we already finished a three-man segment today. We're gonna move to the audience questions. So here's I will you guys can raise your hand or like can put your question in the comment section, and I will choose the question in the comment sections for Desmond to answer. Okay. Okay. Just let's put your question there. I will have a look at. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna move to the first questions of Robbie Jones. Okay. Like the question is, could you explain more about the technology that enables ZK Syncs to outperform the rest of the market? Like Desmond, you are like they have like deep knowledge on layer 2 on roll up technology. So can you have a short answer to these questions about ZK Syncs?
Yeah, and we all know that Stack Europe has a very good like uh, efficiency and also great speed and a lower cost comparing to optimistic rollup. So these are all the great features of Stack Casing. And also in the future, there's a very interesting new feature of Seke Sync because it has a Seke stack like OP stack. So we all know that Coinbase is base layer 2 is make use of the OP stack, and also Seke has its own Seke stack, and also have a new concept called layer 3 to enable the people to build their own layer 3 on it. So
Yeah.
basically, this is a very exciting feature. So can let the stack casing compete with other layer 2. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's right. The great answer for this like Zigazoo gonna outperform like many others with their great features. They have their native account traction within their ecosystem. It's like enable any project to doing the account tractions without the intermediaries. So we already like in touch with Zigazoo and they are like really supportive. Like all of their team like always support the project on the integrations, on the marketing sides, on like many answers. They answer is like, and I believe that they're gonna be success in the next poll runs. Yeah. Okay. So moving to the second questions of users of uh, Gil Gilmore McNerney. Okay. The question is about how would DeFi become more convenient with account transactions. Could you provide me with some example?
Yeah, and actually, I just briefly talked about it in my
Mm.
previous
Oh yeah, yeah,
talking
I
because,
remember.
like, yeah, they can also allow you to like allow the DeFi protocol to help you to pay the gas fee. So, for example, if you are a very frequent trader on some decentralized exchange, maybe they are able to help you to pay the gas fee, so you can get a similar experience like in some centralized exchange. And also you can use like stablecoins to pay the gas fee if you need to pay your own gas fee. And also I think another point is that with account abstraction that it may use make the decentralized identity more and more clear. So maybe you can just have your own wallet and integrate it with like ENS or other another kind of DID embedded in your address. So basically, you are more and more like a real user in the Web2 world. So you can have your own like reputation system or credit system to help you to access to the DeFi protocol. So maybe you can do more things like some more under collateralized loan or other things with that features implement. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's already answered this before, so okay. I'm not gonna count this question. Okay. So move to the third questions. Okay, I see. Coldplay Rodney. He's asking about if a large number of users flood in, which layer two will perform best in your opinions, like Arbitrum, Optimism, or ZK Syncs? Like when facing the condition that we will have the million or the billion user flood in the ecosystem. So which one will perform the best in your opinion?
And actually, in my opinion, I think set casing will be will be do the best because like for example like also Ethereum founders also agree that SEC rollup will be the future of Ethereum. So but I think it takes time for them to develop.
Yeah.
And also I think the vision for layer 3 is very creative, and also this concept is not widely discussed in the crypto world, but actually it can enable set casing to become an ecosystem of customizable and trustlessly linked blockchains powered by ZK EVM that may be called hyperchains to come together to become a very huge ecosystem. And also they can enable limitless scaling with limitless customization settings. Also, they can be a very high level of security. Same with the uh, empower in Ethereum, and also a very high performance, low cost, and easy to use. But I think it all takes time for them to build a very Ethereum compatible environment before we can see that. So maybe it still take a year or two, maybe even longer
Okay.
to for them to develop. But in the end, maybe the best solution may be Sekiseng.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree with Desmond answers. Yeah, okay. I will also like put our belief to ZK things that we choose the ZK thing as our like main to develop our products. Yeah, okay. So move to the four questions. Is the question is quite related to the personal experience. Okay. From Penny Rowat. I have a questions for Desmond. As you can see, like the current market is in the bear market. Beside the DCA strategies of accumulating assets for the next bull run, like do we have any other ways to make money, in your opinion?
I think there are several ways to make money in the crypto world. For example, if you are a KOL or a very influential person, you can use like traders who already earn a great amount of money, or even use the new friend tag to like
Yeah,
monetize your followers, or to yeah monetize your popularity.
yeah,
And also, for example, I think there are other kinds of things you can try in crypto, like algo trading. So, for example, you can connect to the exchange API and try to use some programming language like Python to start to build your own strategies, like use some factors you can get from some service provider like Glassnode or CryptoCoin. So maybe this is already shared by Kelvin and other guests before. Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, quantitative trading and quant trading is a very good way to help you to build a market because it eliminates the emotional uh, bad
Effect.
side that
Yeah, yeah.
happen
Okay.
in the human world. Yeah, and also I think another way you can do is to capture the narrative, because in the past, like for example, in the beginning of the year, there's something called the LSD concept. So for example,
Yeah,
the like Lido and SSB and RPL, they all just skyrocket, and also they are listed
yeah,
by some big exchanges, and you can observe that which will be the next narrative. Maybe it's the Cancun update. Maybe beneficial for the layer two or the related sector, and also maybe in the future when a new concept comes up, maybe real world asset, maybe social fi. I don't know now, but every bull cycle has its own narrative. So you need to like observe harder and see which is the best way to see. And also I think we can like uh, closely monitor with the movement of Bitcoin and ETH, because this is the larger cap. So you if you can more accurately to identify the trends. It will help you to invest in other altcoins too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, agree. So to sum up, like Desmond said that we can like use our knowledge to like spreading to people to like educate them about the crypto, like to having the better knowledge for next bull run, and we can gain some income from it. And besides, we can like observing others to know the next narrative, the next trend, to make money. Like there's always many like small train. It's not like actually the big train, but there's mainly like LSD. He has already mentioned. So you I can observing. Can you can I can follow actually follow Desmond for like the newest update of on narrative. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
So yeah.
Actually, I have one more point to add. So it's for the like airdrop or maybe some early farming stage of some
Yeah.
protocol. For example, you can find some DeFi protocol as a very early stage. So maybe they can offer a higher APR, and also maybe even before their token is launched, you can get a very lucrative return. And
Mm.
also, for example, if you try to use some new chains, you may be able to get the airdrop. Maybe becomes a validator of the test net. Also can help if you have some technological knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Personally, I'm like doing many transaction on ZK things and many news Layer-2 ecosystem to like experience their technologies and also gaining their opportunity to have the airdrop. And also I want to have a small advertisement on Holdstation. So we now have the stable value. That stable value is liquidity for our trading, our future tradings, and we provide like 12 to 20% of you of the annual use. So that is quite high like stable yield for the stable token. You can stake your stable coin there and earning your passive income. Okay, so move to the last questions. I see this question here. It's quite personally. Maybe it's not the financial advice, but we think we need to know about like how the James thinking about it. Okay, so the questions from Bullet Linden. How should I allocate my capital to my portfolio? I want to my portfolio include BTC, ETF, and Layer-2 tokens. And the core projects of those Layer-2 solutions like GMX on Velos. Like, do you have any advice for me?
Yeah, man. Actually, I think that's this answer is different for different people, but I can also give some like general tips or advice. For example, I think the portion of Bitcoin or Ethereum should be larger, like near 50%, and maybe perhaps you need to have some stable coins too for you to to capture the bottom if the market really goes down, and also it can give you some buffer for you to not to make a very harmful effect to your whole portfolio. And also, I think you can, if you have another portion of, but a smaller portion, you can invest in different kinds of coins. Like for example, like some may be real assets, some may be LSD, some may be like some new GameFi or SocialFi project. So you can invest in some newer and riskier coins, but with a very small amount of your portfolio. So in the bull run, it may be better for your whole portfolio. And also, I want to add that is that, for example, in the last bull market, we can see that actually Bitcoin Bitcoin is outperforming the whole market and also most of the altcoins in the first half of the bull run. I remember when Bitcoin went from like 3,000 to like nearly nearly 20,000. All
Oh.
the altcoins and shitcoins, they are just don't react to the Bitcoin pump. For example, like at that time, like Solana is just a few dollars, like $1 or $2 or $3. It doesn't start to react until like 2021 or the second half of it. Yeah, so I think that's for a healthy bull market. It must be Bitcoin to show its move show its movement first. So I think that now you should allocate more money to Bitcoin and other coins. And when it comes to a more middle stage of the bull market, you can start to see if there are more potential or maybe newer coins to invest. Because like some past experience is that in every new bull market there are new concepts and new ideas appear, and some old coins may not be able to perform
Yeah.
like how they did in the previous cycle. For example, Litecoin.
Yeah.
Litecoin
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
very great in 2014 or 2017, but in the last cycle, its performance is comparatively poorer comparing to Bitcoin and
Yeah.
not to mention other altcoins, right? So I think you need to pay attention to the new technology and the new stuff in the market and always be aware. And but personally, I think that because I have different kinds of different tools for investment. So for it, I don't really just allocate my whole portfolio to different coins. For example, I will use different strategies to uh, categorize my portfolio. For example, I may put like 1/3 of my money in algo trading and some money in investing some crypto related startup or
Yeah.
crypto related company in their equity, and some maybe investing in some perpetual trading. Let myself to do the trading with the futures on some major exchanges. Some maybe just like you guys to find some potential coins to hold for mid to long term.
Mm.
So basically, I categorize my investment into different areas and strategies, and so it can be a more diversified way to manage your portfolio other than just different coins types. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay, that's a great question. Like, you need to diversify, or not only like holding the coin in portfolio, you need to find many other ways to accumulate your assets. Yeah, like diversify the your egg into like many basket, not only one basket. Okay, okay, that's all five questions of the audience. Okay, so let me sum up a bit. Okay, so Desmond here today have like already provide us the general picture of layer 2, about the roll-up technology, about the abstraction in reality applications, and some insight of his communities. And his already answers many questions related to personal experience, personal point of views. And okay, thank you guys today staying here for like 45 minutes for us to like talking about it. Yeah, okay, so thank you, Desmond here. Do you have any last sentence to speak with the listener here?
Yeah, just thank you, Leonardo, for hosting this great AMA, and I hope that all of you have learned a bit about more Seki saying or the roll ups, and I hope that we can also do great in the bull market. Yeah,
Yeah, okay, so see
we
you
are
in
gonna make it. Yeah,
yeah, see you in Token 2049. Okay, we're all like moving to Token 2049 next week.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure. See you guys in Token 2049. Thanks.
Yeah, okay, so thank you everyone today for staying here with us into the end. Okay, goodbye everyone, have a nice day.
Goodbye.